Go ahead, Julia.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for coming and welcome to the term Kickoff of it for the Waterloo Data Science Club. And yeah, my name is Julia. And next slide, we'll just go over the agenda for today. Yeah, so we'll just quickly give you a brief introduction of what is the Data Science Club. We'll introduce our execs for the term, talk about some of our activities from last term, and give you some a brief preview of what we'll do this term, and then we'll talk about how to get involved. And then at the end, we're actually not going to do a Kahoot, but we're going to be going on Gather Town, where you can just walk around, see other people, and play some games, and maybe win some prizes if you do win in those games. So yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, so what is the UW Data Science Club? Well, we're a club primarily led by students, and we're focused on helping students at the university explore the field of data science. And we're an inclusive community, and we aim to bridge the gap between academics and the data science industry, and also hope to allow people to form meaningful connections as well.
Yeah, so I'll take it from here. Before we introduce the execs, we wanted to just give a brief definition of what data science is for any newcomers to the field. So this is a definition that we got from Wikipedia, but it's pretty comprehensive. So data science is a multidisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from structured and unstructured data. So as the name implies, data science is focused on data and the methods used to extract insights. Some example applications include self-driving car systems, visualizing the spread of COVID, and price prediction. There's many more applications, but those are three kind of broad areas that data science is applied. Next slide. So yeah, Julia and I are the co-presidents for this term of the Data Science Club, and I'll pass it over to Nick on the next slide to introduce the education execs.
Sure. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Yeah, it looks like you can hear me. So hey, I'm Nick. I'll be your VP of Education for this term in CS and Stats, graduating 2022. We have Tom and Victor, who will be our workshop leads. And next slide, please. We have Alvin, Arthur, who are going to be running our reading groups, as well as Tim, who's also going to be running workshops. Next slide.
So is Amy in the chat? If she isn't, Amy is going to be our VP of Finance for this term. Super excited to have her on board.
And then we have two members currently on our design team, Nikarika and Ananya. And also, if you are interested in joining our team, basically, if you're good at using, for example, Canva or Figma or anything related to graphic design, feel free to maybe reach out to me or I'll link our email in the chat. Yeah, next slide.
Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep.
So I'm Nasa, and I'm the VP of Social Media this term. I'm in CS, graduating in 2025. And as part of our social media team, we also have EQ. And then if you go to the next slide, please, we also have Pon, and then we also have Andre, and we're the social media team.
And then next is our external affairs team. Leading the team is Sai Krishna. And then we have Pratika, who is returning, as well as Vipasha. Next slide, please. We also have Calvin, who is also returning, as well as David and Aman, who are new to the external affairs team.
And for the events team, we have myself. My name is Rodrigo. I'm going to be the VP of events this year. I'm currently in second year of management engineering. And joining me as part of this great team is Vish and Anusha. And together we hope to be running some great events this year for all of you to enjoy.
So I'll dive into workshops a little bit. So workshops have been the bread and butter of Data Science Club since we kind of started. And really, these are an opportunity to learn new skills, like work with data sets to build a side project. You may basically you'll get a taste of the expertise of some of our great like workshop leads and reading group leads, as well as possibly other members of the club who are not necessarily execs, who will also have opportunities to run workshops as well. So some potential options right now are, for example, learning about different database types or time series models. We also have like a ton of past workshops that are posted on our YouTube channel. And so some examples of those include neural networks from scratch, data visualization, pandas, other basics, etc. And so to kind of cater the term to what you guys are interested in, I would really encourage you to first, well, sign up as a member, as mentioned before, but also fill out some potential things you'd be interested in seeing or ideas that you'd love to learn about, because that's how we can kind of create workshops for a term that you'd be interested in. And of course, please check our YouTube channel before making any suggestions, because we've been doing this for a long time. We have tons and tons of great workshops there, but of course, some of them could use updating too. So feel free to make those suggestions as well. Next slide, please. Another thing we do is reading groups. And so these are kind of longer format workshops in some sense. Typically, a reading group in a more academic sense involves a group of people who kind of present a paper every week. And so a different person would talk about a different paper every week. But here at Data Science Club, we know a lot of people are kind of new to the field and are beginners. And so we do things slightly differently sometimes. We can do the more traditional format, but often one of our execs will kind of either go through several papers or recent advances in the field to kind of talk a little bit more about the cutting edge than would happen in a workshop and go into a little bit more depth. So these are often more academic and research focused. So some potential topics this term kind of include reinforcement learning or transformers, but in the past, we've also done tons of things, including like Bayesian statistics, as well as NLP. And again, a lot of these are recorded on YouTube as well, and we're taking suggestions for these on the sign-up form. So please submit whatever you're interested in.
Great, and as you may know as well, last term we had a very cool, very successful speaker event called Data Science Across Sectors. And we're excited to announce that this term it's also coming back. So last term we featured our amazing speakers, Jesse, Varuna, and Yanjin. And together they formed our speaker panel. We're very excited to get new and different speakers from hopefully new and different sectors. And it's just something to look out for to see how data science is contributing to different fields across the world. More upcoming events to keep your eyes on for this term. More sort of coming up is a bootcamp in collaboration with Computer Science, Blueprint, Wix, UWPM, and Tech Plus. We're running a resume critique on Sunday, January 16th, and a mock interview session on January 23rd. So if you're interested in having your resume critiqued or having a mock interview, please make sure to go to those events. We'll leave a link in our Instagram bio, somewhere accessible for you to access it. Also this year, we're excited to announce that we're also doing Project Program in collaboration with Computer Science Club. As you may know, this is sort of like a 2-month long hackathon. Well, you'll be in a group of students, and you'll work alongside a mentor to complete some awesome projects. More on that in a bit as well. Of course, we have our speaker event happening about March 11th. And we're also hoping to have some new events this year, some new networking events, some new co-op speaker panelists as well. So be sure to look out for that on our social media and on our Discord channel. And yeah, speaking more about Project Program, we're very excited to have this event again. We've seen a lot of great projects come through as a result of this event. Our mentors have a great time leading a group of students to develop some pretty cool projects. We've seen awesome projects. We've been lucky to hand out prizes for these projects. And this year we're doing it again with our kickoff event happening on January 26th. So be sure to look out for that date and be sure to participate, because it is an awesome event and an awesome opportunity for you guys to develop some side projects or challenge yourself in a new data science topic. And we're also excited to host a games night eventually in the year around April to sort of celebrate the end of term. This game night will be taking place in something we'll be testing today as well, Gather Town, which is a 2D sort of virtual interactive platform. In this games night, you'll be able to play classic games like Pictionary, Poker, Scribblio, Among Us, and we might be featuring some prizes as well. So be sure to come have some fun with us and be on the lookout again in April for the games night.
Hi, also here at UWDSC, we have the Unlabelled Unstructured Podcast. So one of our goals here at the podcast is to learn something new every day. There are plenty of potential topics for next season that we're super excited about. We release episodes every 2 weeks, and you can catch us on Audible, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like what you hear, remember to rate us 5 stars. Next slide. So as our name implies, we really like to unstructure our podcast. So we like having candid conversations with leaders in tech with a broad variety of topics. Last season, we covered things like sports analytics, actuarial, what's it like to be an actuarial analyst, gaming analyst. We covered theoretical neuroscience, cognitive neuroscience, even had like an episode on the esports industry and League of Legends. So let us know what you want to hear next on season 3. We're really open to anything that anybody wants to hear. And next, introducing our team. So I'm Kim, I'm the VP of Podcast. I'm in Management Eng. We have our head of film and production, Anune, the former VP and our now advisor, Jay, is advisor for our podcast. And we have our host, Vedant, our head of growth, Jay, and our head of external affairs, Gervik. So feel free to let us know what you want to hear and watch out for season 3 coming out in early February.
So now that you've heard about all the amazing things Data Science Club has been doing and we have planned, you might be wondering, how can I get involved? So the way you can get involved is just to come to our events and participate. And the way that you can do that is you can sign up for our bi-weekly or monthly newsletters. And then there are links on the page, but I can drop them in the chat. Yeah, Julia just dropped them in the chat. So you can sign up to be a member, and then you can also sign up to get our invites for all of our events. And then you can sign up for our Discord, you can follow our socials and chat with us. So you can message us on any of our socials. If you go to the next slide, please. And you can email us or look at any or join any of our socials here. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Discord, whatever you'd like to do. And yeah, we're here for you.
Are there any questions?
Feel free to unmute or you can send them in the chat.
I have one. Will you do stuff covering like data collection, data cleaning, is like web scraping type of stuff?
That's a good question. So at the moment, we're still planning workshops. And so if that's an area that a lot of people are interested in, then we're more than happy to do some form of education material on that, whether that be a workshop or some other sort of like in-person event or hands-on event. But yeah, I'd recommend, if you haven't already, doing the sign up, and that isn't an option at the moment, but there's an add option as one of the fields. So you should submit that as an idea, and then we can add that to it and see if other club members are interested in that.
Yeah, definitely. And just to add on to that, even just because one person mentioned it out loud, like anyone who is interested in it really should just add that as a suggestion in the box, because if we see that like lots of people are interested, they'll definitely move up our priority list to make sure we definitely do a workshop on it. So thanks for bringing it up.
Thanks.
If there are no other questions, we could move to the Gather town, and that can also be another place where people could ask some of the execs questions, like more in a one-on-one sort of situation or smaller groups.
Yeah. Okay, so just a note about GatherTown. There's actually a limit of 25 people, but if you notice that it is full, please join me on Discord. I'll be on playing Scribblio or any games you recommend, and you can also ask me questions there. And yeah, the link to our Discord is also in the chat. Oh, I guess there are 2 questions actually I see in the chat. Are grad students permitted to be a part of this club? Yes, I don't think we have any restrictions on whether you have to be an undergrad or grad students. So yeah, feel free to come to our events and participate in our activities. And then I have a quick question about project program, January 26th to March 20th. Rodrigo, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, for sure. So our kickoff event is on January 26th. There'll be some time between then to when we'll be accepting applications for it. So you can expect finalized teams with mentors on February 12th. And then February 12th to March 20th is sort of your building and coding programming stage. Because March 20th is going to be our last event, which is the showcase for the project program. So it does span from January to March, but just keep in mind programming or the real program starts around mid-February. Hopefully that answers your question. And I noticed there's a question, is the project program open to beginners? Absolutely, yes. You don't need any experience to begin and apply. We're just looking for enthusiastic people. So yeah. And also, I forgot to mention this, but if you are interested in being a mentor for the event, please also look out for the mentor applications. Our mentors did a great job last term in being super engaged. So we're looking for like-minded people.
Yeah, I think there was one more question. How do mentors work with groups for the project program?
Yeah, so each mentor, based on their sort of specialty or what they're good at, is matched with a group with a similar interest in data science, or it could be computer science as well. So basically, there's essentially for a group of 4 or 5 mentees, there's going to be one mentor working alongside them, checking in every week, pointing the group out to resources or useful YouTube videos or links. And basically, they just work side by side to build the project. Yep, no worries.
Okay, I think that is all the questions I see so far. I guess we can move on to GatherTown/Discord now. The links are, well, I guess we'll post them again in the chat. So here's the link for GatherTown, and then Discord, I'll actually link to the exact voice call I will be in. Yeah, you guys can start leaving this call if you like and joining those specific platforms. Yeah, thank you everyone for coming, and look forward to speaking with you all.